The Toys That Built America is back for season two, new season starting October 23rd on the History Channel. Host and toy expert Jordan Hembrough here to chat all about it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having us.
The first episode, we're talking He-Man and Star Wars, two of my favorite topics to talk about in all of life.
Mine too. I can talk about them I can do a whole season on Star Wars if you need me to.
So 45 years ago, it really changed the game. But if it wasn't for Kenner, we would not have Star Wars in the way that we see it now.
I absolutely agree. You know, the funny thing is Kenner getting the license was a stroke of luck. They really, they got lucky doing that after Mego turned them down. So, it could have gone to Mattel. We don't know. If Kenner turned it down, it could have another company could have gone a completely different way, but it didn't. And, that's why our childhood is the way it is. But here's the beautiful thing, okay? You and I are talking about Kenner. We're talking about Star Wars and Masters of the Universe. Episode 1, okay, premiering October 23rd, which is season 2 of Toys That Built America. Episode 1 deals with Kenner and Star Wars and Mattel and Masters of the Universe. So you're going to look behind the scenes. You're going to go behind the scenes of all the great innovations and the marketing that went behind these two juggernaut toy lines that, brought them to market. It's going to be great.
One more thing I want to talk about Star Wars, and then we can chat a little bit about Masters of the Universe, was that first Chris. So Star Wars came out summer of 1977. They didn't have the toys ready for that holiday season. It wasn't until the spring of next year, but they did a genius thing where they sold the early bird certificate package, which is basically a box and a promise. Talk a little bit about that and why that, was just a genius idea.
So, that all goes down to Bernie Loomis, and Bernie Loomis was the head of Kenner Toys at the time. He realized that the demand was so popular, Kenner Toys could just not, they couldn't make enough toys in time. So what Loomis did is it's famous now. I mean, it really is a stroke of genius. He actually developed a package that you could sell at retail market, and it was a display with all photos of the action figures in the back. There were some stickers in this package, and there was like a little fan club, kit thing that you can fill out. But it was a letter, and it was a promise. It said, look, buy this package for however much it was, and as soon as these figures are ready, as soon as we get them from the market, we're going to ship them to you. It's all part of the package. So it was a giant IOU. It was a giant promise. And consumers were so hungry for these Star Wars action figures, they did it. It's now called the Kenner Early Bird Certificate, and the figures are the Early Bird figures. And they actually had a commercial that said, these figures are not available yet, but if you buy this package, you'll get them later. It's still covered in business, colleges today. When they talk about business and some marketing strategies, they talk about Kenner and the Early Bird Certificate, which I thought was fantastic. It blew my mind.
But if you look on store shelves now, I mean, you walk down, Target, Walmart, any store, similar to that, it's He-Man, it's Star Wars, it's Barbie, it's My Little Pony, it's Ninja Turtles. I mean, it feels like the store shelves are the same from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, and, early 2000s.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. Big toy companies are dipping into the nostalgia well, if you will. They're going back in time. And, it's funny. I've worked in the toy industry 40 years. I've consulted with Hasbro. I've consulted with Mattel on projects. And it just all comes back to, how do we make toys great again? Or how do we tap into that? And a lot of it is, believe it or not, is that a lot of the people buying these toys are adult collectors, just like you, just like me. They're buying these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're buying the Star Wars figures. They're buying the Masters. And what they're doing is they're buying one for them, and they're buying one for the kids, so the kids can get into it. The adult collecting market, man, both demographics, the male and female demographics, they're so popular right now with collecting. They're bringing back Strawberry Shortcake. They're bringing back vintage Barbies, My Little Pony, just like you said. So, all that collecting, all that nostalgia is it's so popular right now. This is why this show, The Toys That Built America on history, works so well, okay? Because not only are we diving into all these toys from our childhood, we're giving you all this compelling history behind all of them. So you can go to the store and buy a figure and then go, wow, I know how this came to market. I know the marketing behind this. And that's something special. That's something, unique.
And don't touch my box. I'm going to keep it in a special place. And then
Exactly. See, yep, that's it. You're a nerd. You're a nerd collector, just like me. I love it.
oh, exactly.
Just like
then,
me.
and real quickly, right before we leave, when I think of toys in my childhood, I think of two times. One, the ones you played with during the summertime that you were excited, create those summer memories, and the other ones that you wished for the holiday time that you couldn't wait to open, for during Christmas. What was that for you? I know for me, when I got my Castle Grayskull, that was just like the ultimate
That was it.
Christmas present.
Yeah.
What was it for you?
Millennium Falcon. Star
Millennium.
Wars Millennium Falcon Christmas morning. That was it.
That was it. Jordan, thank you so much for your time today. Season 2, The Toys That Built America, October 23rd on the History Channel.
Perfect. You're going to love it. Thank you.
Thank you.